Well, that river is almost smooth as glass. I tell you, that's a pretty view. Pretty view this evening. We're going to try to accomplish some framing today. There's no guarantees how well this is going to go. One thing I feel like it's going to go pretty good, but then that's always jinxing yourself. And we're going to try to figure out these crazy steps to get up to that third level, if you will, that is the stairway to heaven. Let's see how this goes. Okay, step number one is to get us a plumb line down on the inside of that double joist, which is where our wall will be framed underneath of it. We're going to do some crazy stuff with the steps, but Eric's going to drop the plumb bob down here as close as you can, but not on the metal bracket. Drop that baby on down. We guesstimated a mark earlier. Pull it up a little. Up a little. Hold that. Now all you got to do is stop the swing. Still swinging just a little bit. Just a swing. That's pretty steady right there. Get us a good mark on the floor. Now let's go to the other side, Eric, all the way over, opposite side of the ICF. Drop her down one more time. Get us a mark. And then we will be able to chalk us a line all the way across, which will be the inside. Well, I guess that's all inside, but that side of the wall. Well, here she goes, swinging like crazy. And hold that thought for just a second, Eric. You guys can see he's pulling tension back to try to get that string, and go this way a little bit. You're actually on the bracket right there, to get that string to run right down the face of that 2x12, down about 4 inches. Hold that up just a little, because you don't want it touching the floor. It could end up in the wrong spot. Come on now. Looks like our guesstimation of a mark was spot on there, Eric.
Good.
We basically just followed down one of those lines and from up there. That's pretty darn close. It is actually exact. So now we'll chalk that and we'll have the location for our bottom plate. We can go ahead and get that nailed down, nail up our double top plate. I have no clue where the entrance is truly going to be to these steps, and we're going to try to step up but yet have the headroom that we need. Run over, step up, yet have the headroom that we need. Turn, step up, turn, step up, turn, step up the rest of the way. This should be fun. You guys will get to see me stress out over this one probably. Let's get this chalked and we'll start slamming in some top plates and bottom plates. I know I have Eric here today, but for you guys who may work alone, you can see my mark right here. I gotta chalk this. Let's assume I was here by myself. What I would do is just lightly tap in a nail right on the line, and then you can use your hook to go over that nail, and you can run yourself all the way out to the other end. Get yourself good and snug. And you guys will be able to see this pop if you stand up there. Get yourself good and snug, pull it onto your line. Give yourself a good snap. Oh boy, that proves we did a really good job framing. That line runs right on the edge all the way across. I'm good with that. Let's get a bottom plate slam down. Okay, we got our bottom plate and our top plates, plural, 2 of them on. Got everything marked out on 16-inch centers, and yes, for you guys who know how to do this stuff and actually pay attention to work smarter, not harder, you mount your first top plate, you mount your first and only bottom plate. And then if you're smart, you take your second top plate and you lay it next to your only bottom plate and you mark your 16-inch on one board and square across, and all your X's end up in the same spot, yada, 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 and you just rotate it up and mount it. Or if you're stupid, like I am, you mount the bottom plate, you mount both top plates, and then you gotta crawl up and down a ladder to mark your top 16. So yeah, I'm stupid. I beat you to it. You can't put it in the comments now, but you can comment on me being stupid. That'd be great. Let's get back to it. Eric's got some boards cut. I'm gonna start framing this closed. As he's cutting boards, we're gonna wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Well, there you have it. We have part of the wall framed. I'm not closing this off yet, as I don't know exactly how this is going to work out, but the thought process is I need 84 inches of headspace above that platform and that first, or should I say last step coming up. So if I make sure I have 84 inches at the platform straight over top of it, I know I'll have 84 inches on that last step. So I got to get up pretty quick, because this right here is the 84-inch mark from that second step down. So I got to get up pretty quick. I'm thinking I can do 2 steps, which then will keep my 84-inch headspace above that platform. So we know we're going to have at least 2 steps here, and then we may need to run pretty far with a platform and put 1 more step in, because we also have a 10-foot height, and maybe I should say 11 foot to that board right there. Once I get past that board, I have an extra 4 feet because of the rafter that's going to go from on top of the ICF over, but at the ICF, I only have 11 feet. So that's my set point here, even though I've got the extra 4 foot there. Once I land somewhere here on this wall, then we're going to turn, go towards that outside ICF, then turn again to get up somewhere in here, and then turn again, and the steps are going to be full width, 2x4 to 2x4, so I've only got this much space to squeeze something in here. This is going to get crazy, but we're going to make it work. I don't want to frame another vertical wall up there. Yes, I have more pitch here because my distance is longer from there to that 2x4, but I can't enter my steps over there to come around. It just doesn't work out. So we got to start right here, or we get rid of all this completely and change this floor system and bring the steps starting point right here and go up this wall, turn, and bring it all the way back to somewhere around in here is the only other option. So you're going to be put on time lapse for this. Once I get to a point to where I feel comfortable, I'm getting close, I'll bring you guys up to speed, but there's going to be a whole lot of head scratching going on here. So just keep an eye out for tape measures and marks, and maybe nailing some boards on the wall, because I think what I'm going to do is lay this out with 2x4s and then take those 2x4s off and put on the actual boards that will go there long term. That way I kind of have a pattern, maybe. I don't know. We're just gonna go fly by the seat of our pants. That's what we're gonna do. Well, I'm sure you saw all that craziness. We got some lines on the wall. I was all excited thinking I could do this and make it work without needing to change the floor. And I still might, but my ultimate happiness was I thought I was going to be able to accomplish this without pie steps, but I'm going to have pie steps on the platform. Here's why. If I do 5 steps to a platform, which gets you to the corner, then you can see the 1 step drawn on the ICF, to another platform, to 1, 2 steps of a stringer to another platform. That top line is the platform. Top of that 2x4, bottom of this 2x4 is the bottom of that platform, which is going to sit on a wall, which will be framed up down here to this double joist, which has a wall underneath it as well. Herein lies the problem. Right here is where that stringer would start, and it'd come over 10 inches. So now we are in the headspace of being up here 5 steps high. As 5 steps high takes us to 20, I don't remember the dimensions anymore, but basically it's not going to work unless, and I still don't know if it's going to work with pi steps, but it's going to get me much closer. Pi steps being where you take your platform and you run a board across the platform, which creates a step in the center point of the platform. I'm pretty confident I'm going to have 2 steps in each platform, which adds 4, which then would be 8.25 times 4. I'm not going to do that math in my head because it's really close to 32 inches. Oh wait, plus a whole nother one would be 33 inches. So I did do that math in my head. I can raise this platform up 33 inches. So now we got to figure out if 33 inches gets us where we really want to be. I don't know, but I wanted to give you guys an update. The initial want can't work. So now we got to back up and do a secondary want and hope that we don't have to go to the third option. But we're going to mount our 2x12 over there on that wall. And then we're going to start connecting the dots to get over here, knowing that we're going to put at minimum 1 wedge step on each platform, excluding this platform, because this platform is what turns you 90 and gets you all the way up to the top, full width, same as the Stairway to Heaven. So we're going to get that board mounted. Probably get that board mounted because we know we're going to have a 39.5 inch platform that runs across, and then we'll have an 8.25 inch tall secondary platform that goes on top of that one. So we know we can at least start there, and then we got to figure out where does that take us, change our drawing on the wall to get a new line to see if we have enough headroom over here. Yay for us. Not really, but we're going to do something. Well, there's platform number 1. Yes, we are going to have to do pie steps on that platform and on that platform. But I have plenty of room there, and then that entire area is 4 foot increase in elevation as you get over here to this board. So your head space gets greater and greater and greater. So I feel like we're well on our way. It's obviously dark, pitch black. But we got these work lights. That's it for today. We're gonna call it. We're gonna come back tomorrow evening, and hopefully we get to the point to where we confirm what this ends up looking like, feeding that, turning, and starting to figure out what that looks like to feed that. And it would only be awesome if we could make it to this platform, and then the only thing we had left to do was to put in this stringer. That'd be pretty cool. Don't know if we're gonna make it there, but once all that's done, we can start framing this closed, attach it, get this attached, But since I have the wall here and I have this short wall here, I can support everything, every one of these platforms, screwed off to the ICF, screwed off to the ICF. That gets screwed off to the wall. Got plenty of support to build this thing without having this floor system in over here, which really isn't a floor system, it's just a ceiling system. So as you guys can see, that's complete darkness. We had some work lights up there, but I gotta send out a special thanks to whoever sent me these lights. I have used them 3 times now. Thank you, thank you, thank you to whomever sent these, I don't know, call them string lights. We've got them plugged in right there. There is no electricity to this side of the castle currently. So we're using these string lights. Yeah, they're just thrown across the floor right now. And the reason I can do that is these bulbs are LEDs and that's just a plastic cover is all it is. So greatly appreciated. Couldn't ask for more. And also, thank you, thank you, thank you to whoever sent these brand new Sawzall Diablo blades. Yes, this is not the only box. I haven't used any of them yet. I had some of these, but they now ensure that I have stock of Sawzall blades. So thank you both, whoever sent those, whoever was involved in sending those. It's greatly appreciated. Couldn't ask for more.
Much respect.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, like, comment, subscribe.